Well, today we have a really tricky install at this place, and we have a truck, we have a digger, we need a pallet jack and a gantry just to get this up this hill and at the back of this property into this really nice little outdoor space. It's going to be really hard. Come and check it out. Yeah, so we're going to be dropping the fire right here, but first off we've got to come up this footpath. We've only got a metre sort of wide access here. Can't really see the steepness on the camera, but it's fairly steep access, and we're going to be pushing it up with the digger, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, the install is just about to turn up, so yeah, let's get into it. So this is our portable gantry, and what we do is we put a block and tackle on there, which allows us to lift the pieces up. So once the piece has been brought up with a digger and this trolley jack, our installer Dave will lift each piece up and actually drop it directly in place. So this thing is essential to enabling us to get into situations like this and actually get the fire installed in exactly the right place. We also found that the gate was too narrow, so we had to take the gate off the hinges. We put that back on for the customer at the end of the day, so nothing was harmed in this process. And so yeah, this is the high-ab coming in. Yeah, high-abs can reach from directly beside the truck right out to sort of 25-30 meters depending on the truck. This is a smaller one. Obviously didn't need a bigger one because it was just too far and just too steep to get to, and there's also power lines in the way. And so really the only option we had was to use the digger and the pallet jack. Okay, so this particular model of fire has 4 pieces, and this first piece weighs basically a ton. It's 950 kilograms. And we've got another piece that weighs 1.3 tonne, and then the chimneys, again 900 kilos, and then we've got a hearth which is about 600 kilos. And so yeah, the whole thing's over 3 tonne. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to lift this off with the truck, drop it into place onto the pallet jack, and then push it up the hill with a digger. So we didn't actually know this was going to work until we did it, until we tried it. It's not super steep, but we were just worried about the load on the digger because it's a 1.8 tonne digger, and that piece of concrete right there weighs about 1.1 tonne. And yeah, so we did it and we fit through the gate successfully. So in this case, this worked. There were other options available to us, but the digger was just the easiest for this instance. Oh, check that out. Perfectly aligned with the chalk line, just to make sure the fire's in exactly the right place. Okay, so this next piece is a custom oversized hearth, polished, but the problem with this piece is it's too long. It's actually too long to fit on the pallet jack, and so it's going to sit partly on that and partly on the blade of the digger, which is not dodgy at all. And then we're going to push it up here and somehow get it around the sharp corner at the top. So yeah, let's see how we go. You can see here Dave putting plaster down. That just helps us settle the oversized hearth in this case down just nice, and even allows to sort of squidge it into place without too much effort. You might have noticed some dirty brown hand marks on the front of the concrete, just in view back there a little bit. We always go back and clean that up, and just can't help it with those rusty chains that often gets their hands a bit dirty. This is the firebox coming up, and we thought that would be the hardest one because it was the heaviest piece at 1.3 tonne, but that just came up super easy, so we're stoked with that.
Too far. Got there.
Yeah, so you can see Dave here lifting the firebox up using the block and tackle, and that is hard work. And I didn't do anything, but yeah, just seeing him do that with each single piece, it's a bit of a hard slog. But it's what we do. These rods, they are used to connect each of the pieces, and we use a type of chem set in the holes that receive those rods, just to lock it all together. That's all engineered to survive New Zealand's high wind and earthquakes, and it designed to last a lifetime. There's a chem set going in now. You want to do this relatively quickly, this process. In the summer, that chem set can go off within a minute. So the guys here are just making sure it's completely square, completely flush to the front and back, and all the plaster's being tidied up. Love this little drone shot of the 1.8 tonne digger coming upside the house. With the gantry move, we actually had to put it down a couple of times and shorten the chains just to get us the height that we need, because this fireplace model is actually about 2.9 meters in height, and we really were just sort of at the edge of the gantry's ability at this point. So more plaster going in, and then the fireplace is dropped into place. You can see the dirty hand marks there again, and they get all cleaned up before we go. So yeah, that's all the plaster we put in there. That just helps us to fill the joins as we're going, and we just tidy that up, and by the time we leave, that looks $1 million.
So that's all the heavy lifting done. We've got the wood box in place, the oversized hearth, the firebox and the chimney. Now that's all that's left to do is add the fire bricks, add some of the cooking accessories like the pizza oven, and light the fire and have a beer, and we're done.
Fire bricks in, cooking plate in. This is a stainless steel extension. We have multiple options of these, and this customer wanted a 1 meter extension just to push past the roof. We had jumped in and out of the rain today because it'd been raining on and off, but yeah, this is just like the finishing touch. So this is the final stage. Dave is drilling down into the concrete pad, putting the final bits of chem set and final rods in place to keep this fire from going anywhere. It's done and dusted, and this is the final part of the process. Let's enjoy.